President Ramaphosa will be announcing his much-anticipated cabinet at 9 o'clock this evening. SABC News political reporter Mzwandile Mbeje is at the Union Buildings in Pretoria right now and joins me. Mzwandile, typically this time of the day you would hear of ministers who have gone off the grid, whose phones have been confiscated, potentially because they received that call from the Chief of Staff, and you start getting a sense of who's going to serve on that cabinet. Do we have any such sense right now?
Well, Oliver, it's actually quite interesting because we do have an idea, particularly from the opposition. Remember, this cabinet is not going to be, rather this national executive, because cabinet will only comprise ministers. So this national executive will comprise of a number of political parties, and we do expect some of the leaders of the political parties, perhaps the DA, perhaps the IFP, and even the PA as well, to form part of this government. So obviously, the lion's share would still go to the ANC because it is the majority party in this arrangement. So it is going to be very interesting. So there hasn't been a lot that is coming out, and I think the president has been working very skillfully in trying to ensure that perhaps there are not so many leaks in terms of what is going to happen, other than just the broad idea of knowing that this will be a government of national unity, which has been spoken about for the very, very long time. So clearly we are here now. So he got inaugurated right here at the Union Buildings on the 19th of June, and the next responsibility for him was to appoint his executive, and then that's what he's going to do tonight at 9 o'clock.
You've attended a ton of these things, so what are the chances that it actually does start on time at 9 o'clock and not, delayed by some or other last-minute changes?
Well, you're quite right. Most of these announcements, they tend to be delayed a bit, because I understand sometimes why, Oliver, because there will be people who will be appointed into the executive who perhaps may not be found, let's say, on the phone. So they may not know that they will be appointed. And I think what the president will want to do, will not want to tell them well in advance, because once you do that, it starts to leak, and then people start to speak about it in the social media. And I think he would want to then make those phone calls closer to the time when he has decided who he's appointing. And then in the event, let's say someone who's appointed to a particular portfolio is not available, and then he probably may just delay a bit just to make sure that he gets hold of just about everyone that he intends to appoint, because it would be pointless to appoint someone you have not been able to communicate with. What if that individual is not available? So those delays do happen in that event. But I can tell you, Oliver, those who know that potentially they could be appointed ministers, almost all of them will have their phone on, and I'm sure they keep checking them every minute, every second. They want to know what's happening. And I'm sure if a family member calls, so they jump. But of course, I guess it's the nature of this business. I guess they know this is politics. This is how cabinet ministers and of course deputy ministers are appointed.
Yeah, I just checked my phone. No message at all. But thank you so much for that. The announcement will be brought to you live on the SABC News channel at 9 p.m. this evening. Mzwandile Mbeje will be there with us at 9 p.m. as that announcement is made.